some of the wisdoms behind it is that women are more emotional than men. They may lose their composure and lose their, they may act in a manner that is not befitting at the graveside. Men seem to be a little more tough in these areas. So this is among the wisdoms, and some of the narrations support that the Messenger of Allah cursed a woman who visit graves. But then the term is zawarat versus zairat, meaning ones who do it a lot versus ones who do it period. And they differ about the authenticity of the wording. It's a whole lecture of its own. Perhaps inshallah in the future we'll have a lecture about things dealing with the janazah and everything pertaining to that. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. I have read out articles by certain Shaikh who call themselves Deobandi. Is this a deviant sect? Yes. Yes, brother.
What about niyaz for the name of Allah?
Doing what? Niyaz?
Charity or a dole speaking in the name of Allah for the person who has died, or the newborn babies, for their betterment in their life, future life, the person who has died, for their sake, we give sadaqah to poor people in the name of Allah. Is that allowed?
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, if you see a person in the street, you give him 5 riyals, and your intention that you're giving the sadaqah also, for you and on behalf of your parent, then that's all you need. Don't include anything else. Don't add anything else. It's a very simple transaction. Give sadaqah, hoping Allah will give him the reward, because we have a hadith to that effect, and we stay there. Adding other names or other ways of doing it, I don't know, never heard the scholars discuss them, so we should strictly avoid them. Inshallah.
He's just saying that he's asking the question as it is mentioned in the Quran.
Okay, this is in sacrificial animals.
People used to do like this in subcontinent. They slaughter
animals
in the name of Awliya and this and that.
Well, that's shirk. Yeah, that's فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. So to Allah pray and sacrifice and actually slaughter. Nahr is actually slaughtering. Say my prayer, my sacrifice, my living and my dead are for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. So doing it for the sake of a wali or anything of this is major shirk that will throw someone outside the pales of Islam. Again, this inshallah will be dealt with in the future lecture bi-idhnillahi azza wa jal.
Just to add what you're saying is the practice is basically they make it like some sweets and say, okay, this is on the name of such and such person.
The dead man.
Yeah. So
but this is like a wali supposedly.
Right.
Oh no.
It's not even a sacrifice. It's not only animal. It could be any form and shape.
It could be knafa.
It could be knafa.
Okay. Well, they should, that. Yes.
Jazakallah khair for, I think it's a very excellent.
Barakallah feek. Allah musta'an.
Since you have mentioned a few names from the West and a lot of people, from Pakistan and India.
Yes, please.
There are a few names literally, on the same path, same thing. One of the names from Pakistan is, he calls himself Shaykh al-Islam as well. And his title is Shaykh al-Islam, literally Allama, Tahir al-Qadri.
Tahir al-Qadri, okay. Next.
He's running a whole program website, so very strong.
Allah musta'an.
The question is, since we're talking about something that we also sometimes get involved in because of not knowing properly, when we are visiting Medina Munawwara, right, going to the masjid, first of all the niyyah, why you are going there. Secondly, it's a common practice from Jeddah, let's say. If I'm traveling and I'm telling my friends, I'm going to Medina, you'll say my salam as well. The third thing is, when we go Medina and when we go and visit, and we go to the grave, is there a specific salam that has to be said? Or the regular durood or salam is okay?
Right. Concerning the first matter, when first, some of the scholars have even a reservation about the name Medina Munawwara. We just discussed this earlier, because this was not mentioned among the righteous predecessors. And Medina Nabawiyya, as opposed to Munawwara, because we may go into the Sufi idea of the light of the Prophet ﷺ and whatever. But anyways, that's besides the point. The niyyah for going to the Masjid al-Nabawi is to pray there and get the reward of 1,000 salah for each salah. Period. Don't even include the idea of the grave site. Don't even include it. Now if you happen to go there and you are at a remote area where you can actually go and give salam to the Prophet ﷺ, then you do so. And you know, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, in this particular fashion as it is mentioned. Confirm, right? And then Abu Bakr, then Umar. That's it. Nothing beyond that. And don't, waiting in line and making this the whole, people miss out on salah, on nawafil, on all kinds of good deeds, and they're just trying to go and they think that this is something that is obligatory. It is not obligatory. Okay? So the idea with that's where the shirk, it kind of creeps in. And if somebody tells you give the salam to the Prophet ﷺ, say why? Don't you know that if you give him the salam, Allah has assigned special angels who actually deliver the salam to him and he will reply to you? It will take longer with me. Right? And not only that, I will not be able to convey it. What am I going to tell him? Oh, by the way, Fulan gives you salam, so this is a conversation now. Now he's speaking to the dead. So, nonsense. Nonsense, very common, but not from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and this may lead to shirk. If you like to give him salam, wherever you are, it will be delivered to him bi-idhnillah, by Allah's will. Don't go to extremes in believing in that either. That's all we have from the sunnah, we stick to that. It doesn't mean you can speak to him, it doesn't mean that you can seek help from him. Allah had told us that, the Prophet ﷺ told us that salam is delivered to him, his soul is returned, so he can reply, and we stop right there. Clear? Jazakallah khair. MashaAllah. وبعدين
people they recommend doing deviates on behalf of Prophet ﷺ to Hajj Eid.
No, he did dhabiha on behalf of the Muslim ummah. We don't do dhabiha on his behalf. See, every deed which every Muslim does until the day of judgment will be in the book of deeds of the Messenger of Allah alayhi. He is the one who taught us that huda. He doesn't need that we sacrifice anything for him. That is not from the sunnah. I've read a fatwa from the ulama about the impermissibility of sacrificing an animal in the name, or as a hadiyah or as a gift to the Messenger of Allah. This is not allowed.
If someone says, as-salatu was-salamu alayhi ta'fil bala, is that right?
Yeah, what?
Ta'fil bala. As-salatu was-salamu alayhi ta'fil bala.
I don't know what the last two words mean.
Ta'fil bala, protection from the evils.
Bad woman.
Somebody translate the whole thing in English.
Yeah.
Ya dafi' al-bala, a'udhu billah. A'udhu billah ya Shaykh. You're basically saying that may Allah send His peace, or may Allah exalt the mention and grant peace to you who prevents harm, who alleviates affliction. And this is who? Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah is the one who yakshifu ad-durr, the one who will alleviate harm. Only Allah, not the Messenger of Allah. This is shirk. Not you, Habibi. You're my Muslim brother, inshallah. But whoever says that is saying a statement of shirk and calling on the Messenger of Allah besides Allah. And this is exactly what Islam came to destroy. The whole thing of Islam is that you don't go through anyone to get to Allah. You go direct. And people still want to put intermediaries, and when they don't find anyone else, they put the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And wallahi, is innocent from that. No, this is not allowed, Habibi. And anything would sound similar.
And is that mandatory to say this, as-salatu was-salamu alayhi ya Rasulullah, only the Masjid Nabi? If I'm in India, I can't say during my prayers, I can't say as-salatu was-salamu alayhi ya Rasulullah. Can I still send the as-salatu was-salamu?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But don't add anything.
Yeah, but it's not mandatory obligatory to go to the Masjid Nabi and say this. But in other places,
No, that is one thing and that's another thing. These are two separate things. Giving him salam at the grave site, when you happen to be at the Masjid al-Nabawi, is not like the Durood Sharif which you say all the time. You can say, Allahumma